Viewers, and yes, thank you for always choosing yours truly, WoezorTV. I am Karen now Oyokwoti, and this morning, as I intimated earlier, we will be bringing you the launch of the free primary healthcare initiative by His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. And as it stands now, he is almost at the location, the venue for the launch of the free primary healthcare at the Dodowa Government Hospital. And when we talk about the free primary healthcare, I know a lot of you have heard about the free primary healthcare. You really want to know what this is about, what this initiative seeks to do, and what this initiative, where it's going to start from, and how it's going to end. From Monday, we have had the Minister for Health, the Honorable Kwabena Mintakandos, talk about it at the Government Accountability Series, where he has given an in-depth explanation of the free primary healthcare, which is going to start from our CHIPS compounds, our health centers, and even to our polyclinics in rural areas, deprived and hard to reach areas where healthcare seems to look expensive to the people. This one seeks to close the gaps between prevention and curing of many of the diseases they bring. And you realize that for the people in the rural areas and hard to reach areas who really do not get access to healthcare or do not even patronize the services of the CHIPS compounds in their communities, their excuse is that they do not have money to pay for medications, they do not have money to pay for whatever service that is going to be rendered to them in these health centers. And that is why they do not go, and the later reports during the advanced stages where very little can be done about their situation. Hence the launch of the free primary healthcare. This is a campaign promise fulfilled, and today we are going to see the launch of it and then possible rollout in the coming days. But let's get to learn a little about the free primary healthcare program today. Let's take a look at the vision for the free primary healthcare program going to be launched today by His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. This reform builds on NHIS financing by prioritizing promotive, preventive, and early curative services. The policy aims to reduce hospital congestion, improve efficiency, and deliver equity in health outcomes. Let's keep this slide there and then let me talk about it a little. When we talk about prioritizing promotive health, earlier, if you follow the Breakfast Cafe, Dr. Sananu Jokoto spoke extensively about it, that if it is about maybe you report to the hospital with headache, what exactly is it? Headache is not just the sickness, it is a symptom of something else. And so whilst with the inception of the free primary healthcare, they tend to detect whatever it is, whatever thing is wrong with you, whatever deformity or disease condition that may be rearing up its head there in your body. And also it talks about the curative services, and so from there they start the medication for you. So if whatever you have to go to, if it's having to see a dietitian, having to change your diet plan or whatever it is, the free primary healthcare from the primary healthcare provider starts with the curative services there and there for you. And it also aims to reduce hospital congestion. Why do they say this? Because if you are able to get free primary healthcare, if your primary healthcare provider has given you that service when you reported and it's free, you are not going to report into the bigger health facilities which is already choked with people coming to see doctors or specialists already, which will cause congestion, because by the time it gets to you, bro, you know that you'd have spent a longer time there. And so this will reduce the congestion at the hospitals too. And then it's going to promote improve efficiency and deliver equity in health outcomes too. Let's move on to the next slide there. And then the free primary the reforms built on NHIS financing. Okay, so we have spoken about that already. And then the government of Ghana, through its 2024 manifesto commitment, introduced the quality-focused free primary healthcare. As I said earlier, it is a campaign promise delivered. It is a campaign promise delivered, and it's a transformation policy to guarantee free access to essential primary healthcare services at the point of care. And that also has been explained in depth already for you to understand. And the primary healthcare sorry, has okay, let's move on to the next slide. It has been the backbone of Ghana's health system, dating back to community-based health planning services initiatives. That is the CHIPS compound in 1999, and the establishment of the the National Health Insurance Scheme in 2003. And so it's a date long back, that's 1999 when the CHIPS compound system started, and even to 2003 when the National Health Insurance Scheme also started. And this is just a boost to our CHIPS compound, a boost to our primary healthcare services, our health centers, our polyclinics also. And from the Government Accountability Series on Monday, we had the Minister for Health talking about some equipments that are going to be given to these primary healthcare providers and all. And this one, let's take a quick break. When we'll come back and then we'll continue with the conversation. conversation before the launch of the free primary healthcare program by His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Yes, I am Karen na Oyu Kwoti. And as we were talking about the free primary healthcare earlier, I gave you a rundown of what the whole thing looks like. And before we went on the break, I was talking about the Minister for Health account on Monday on the Government Accountability Series, where he spoke about how the government was going to equip these CHIPS compounds, health centers and polyclinics with some equipment to make sure that healthcare delivery is very, very effective. And if you had followed the WoezorTV Breakfast Cafe earlier this morning, you'd realize that when Dr. Senanu came in studios, he even spoke about the distribution of some glucometers, the blood pressure monitors, infrared thermometers, and amongst many others. You know, for some of us in the urban centers, we won't tend to appreciate some of these things, but when you get into the rural areas, you understand that some of these basic equipment are not available for the people in the communities. And I gave an example of a CHIPS compound I visited in the Bono region somewhere last year, where we donated a blood pressure monitor to them, and then midwife in charge was so excited because for the longest time she's been at that CHIPS compound, she's never had a blood pressure monitor. And the next CHIPS compound was about a 3-hour drive from her community, and so she has to always refer patients to that side to get their blood pressures checked. If your blood sugar is on a spike, how would you know if there's no blood, there's no glucometer at the health center you visit, or the CHIPS compound you visit, or the polyclinic you visit? And so as part of the free primary healthcare, the government is looking at also donating some of these equipment to the centers, the health centers, so that they can also do proper diagnosis, get to know what is wrong with their patients that visit the facilities, and that goes into the preventive and the curative, the promotive, preventive and curative aspects of the free primary healthcare. Can we move to the next slide so that we can continue from there? Now, so these reforms expanded access and financial protection, yet persistent gaps remain. So this is we are continuing from where we spoke about the inception of the CHIPS compounds and the rollout of the National Health Insurance Scheme in 2003. Until these reforms expanded access and financial protection, yet persistent gaps remain. Out-of-pocket payments still account for over 1/3 of health spending. Inequities in rural access persists, and the growing burden of non-communicable diseases threatens sustainability. And please, let's keep the slide here on the screen. If we look at this particular slide, it's talking about how, in as much as we have a number of CHIPS compounds spread across the country, and we still have the rollout of the National Health Insurance Scheme, there are still a number of gaps that remain. Over the years, we've heard of times where healthcare providers decided not to help people who are on the National Health Insurance Scheme anymore because their claims were had not been paid, and that was quite a daunting one, because you can't be giving out free healthcare, free medications, and whatever is due, whatever payment is due you, is not being paid by the insurance agency. And so it's also telling us here that out-of-pocket payments still account for over 1/3 of health spending. And so with the exception of the free primary healthcare and then the National Health Insurance Scheme, it's looking at cutting down on the out-of-pocket payments there. So when you get into the hospitals, even when you do not have money, you don't have a ready cash, because you are on the National Health Insurance Scheme or because of the free primary healthcare, you are going to be getting the healthcare you need, the proper treatment you need. And not having money shouldn't be an excuse. Not having money shouldn't be an excuse at all, because you do not, your financial muscles are not great there. And so moving on, it says that inequities in rural access still persist, and the growing burden of non-communicable diseases threaten sustainability. And here we realize that when we look at some of the videos churning out from rural Ghana, talking about how equipped urban hospitals are, urban polyclinics are, even urban health centers are. You juxtapose it to the ones in the rural areas, and they are nowhere closer to each other. And this is when we talk about inequities. They do not get the right push, the right equipment, the right provision to properly take care of the people that visit the health centers, the indigents of the towns they are in. And so again, the free primary healthcare program seeks to bridge that gap in inequity, where if it's medication is going to come to them. If it's the equipment, it's going to come to them. Whatever it is that they would require and they would need for the delivery of healthcare, they are going to get it speedily for efficient delivery of the primary healthcare. And also, as I said earlier, that this is a campaign promise delivered. The government of Ghana, through its 2024 manifesto commitment, has introduced a quality-focused free primary healthcare program as a transformation policy to guarantee free access to essential primary healthcare services at the point of care. And so, having spoken about all of these, the struggle for our rural indigents to get funding, to get money to even go to hospital. Sometimes it's just something as little as malaria, and because they do not have the enough funding, have the enough finances for it, they tend not to go. And before you know it, something that could be cured with some artemethyl lumefantrine or something now gets into an advanced stage, and it has to take a lot to get to cure that person. Godfrey Amafu has joined me on the conversation here, and he is going to also contribute to his thoughts. He's going to contribute his thoughts to whatever is going on with regards to the launch of the free primary healthcare. Good morning. Welcome.
Thank you so much.
Great to have you here.
Great to.
Well, let me hear your thoughts on the free primary healthcare.
It's a good initiative. Earlier conversation that we had, remember that our guest made mention of this initiative coming on board. We are looking at how we can salvage the situation when it comes to health situation or health delivery in this country. If we've overly relied on the national health insurance, which a lot of people have a lot of complaints about. AIDS, when you go, at some point you are even getting to the cash and carrier and all those things. And so to cut issues short, but then let's get the primary understanding of it, of which you've said a lot about it. Remember that if you follow President Mohammed's conversation from last year to now, all the platforms that he gets, he make mention of the free primary healthcare. He sometimes on quotes uses the Bankun analogy. If you before he says that people eat a lot of banku or the starchy food and all those things, but refuses to go to the hospital to do the checkup. By the time they realize the sickness is out of hands, and so now because we actually feel like we are too busy to go to the hospitals when we feel some discomforts, now government is bringing the healthcare to you. So even if you are not coming, the government itself is bringing it to you, and so they will come and screen you. And then ensure that yes, whatever you are going through, sometimes you've been walking, you don't know you are sick. True. That's what has been going on in this country. A lot of people living with some sort of disease or illness that they are not even aware that they are sick, because they wake up, they go, they drink, they eat, and wake up and all those things. They think that they are fit, and so medical checkup is not part of their schedule or even part of their priority. But as a country and as a government that believes in its people and believes that yes, the future is in the youth, the future is in the people, you can't build a country where you have a lot of sick people. You understand? You need a healthy indigenous to build a healthy economy, and so it is very, very good initiative. Anything about health is very, very important. Any commitment we make in our health is very important. 1.5 billion or 1.2 billion Ghana cedis being committed annually to make this run is very, very important coming into. So it shows how the government prioritizes our health when it comes to delivering the quality of health service in this country. It is taking taking nothing away from the National Health Insurance. It is taking nothing away from the Mahama Cares. You see, it's another platform that is being given to you that probably might not have the money to do regular or routine checkup in the hospital. The nurses and the health, practitioners or providers will be coming around to give you that free health service. And this is for me, it's a game changer. It's going to add up to what you already have in the system. If you have a country that you have majority of your people or population being healthy, it translates into the economy, because the working force will be working to produce more, and so it doesn't matter how much you commit into the health situation, you are getting it back, because they'll be going out and be working and then repaying you when it comes to providing the essential service that you need in the country. Remember, after the COVID, in fact, a bigger let's say world health risks that plague the whole world, and so after it we need several interventions to ensure that psychologically people are back on track, physically you're back on track, and we're delivering as expected. If you go to other countries in Africa, in fact, those that were struck by Ebola and all those things, they are still taking the immunization, they are taking other antiviruses and all those things, or viruses and all those things. So it shows that yes, we are out. We were fortunate not to have Ebola and other outbreaks like cholera. And when was the last time you even had a cholera outbreak in this country?
It's been a long time.
Yes, it shows that we are doing something well, and we need to continue doing whatsoever that we are doing to prevent these outbreaks. And so it is important that looking into the future, we upgrade the health system and health delivery. And so kudos to those who thought about this. It's a campaign promised in the manifesto of the NDC, and today it is being actualized. We over the week we heard about the health minister giving us some breakdown what to go into it, some deliverables that are already in the country, the equipment that we're going to need, the number of the health desks they are going to establish. And so where if you think that they are delaying in reaching you out, you can walk in to have your checkups and all those. Primary, when you talk about primary, it's like basic. You have some basic knowledge when it comes to the health. This is not the secondary or the tertiary where your sicknesses escalate. At the beginning, when you feel like, oh, Charlie, I said your body is not responding to your energy in the morning, you quickly get to that place. They check you. If everything is fine, maybe sometimes it's just some few rest you need to have. They will tell you, take a seat, sit down for a while, let your body recover, go back to your work. It is as simple as that. Is what we are doing. You see, sometimes, let me give an example. You see, we have the police station and police depot where you can report cases to when there is an incident. Now, you watch movies, you see the advanced countries, you see police cars are on the stretch. At the moment anything happens, quickly they step in. So giving quick response to incidents. And I think that is the same thing we are doing, but this time we are doing it in the health sector. Going to get that quick response to health issues. So we have the main hospitals, the health facilities there, but then the one that will be closer to you for you to have quick access is what we are talking about here. Very quick access, so you don't have to move from Pandu to Ho or whatsoever for the regional hospital for a treatment that can be done even with a first aid. You understand? And so this is like a stopgap in the way when it comes to the delivery of health in this country. So if you ask, I would say that it's very innovative and very significant initiative that the government has introduced, and it will go a long way to shape our health system in this country. What matters now is how we sustain it, we keep the inflows of the money, because without money we can't run it, and people accept it. You understand? There will be political back and forth, political backlash and all those things, but how we navigate through this is the people. If the people accept it and doesn't understand what it is, then that is when we're going to have the full potential and the full benefits of this primary healthcare that President Mahama, from his own wisdom and understanding about health, is bringing on board. We shouldn't forget that he has held a lot of conversations about the health of this country, and even Africa, the Accra Reset and the Health Summit that you've been holding, all those things. It all forms part of this broader initiative, a broader idea about building a healthy country to give you a healthy economy. And that is what basically it means for me when you ask me about the free primary healthcare program.
Right, you've given an in-depth explanation of it, and honestly, I can't wait for all these this beautiful initiative to be rolled out. Another campaign promise fulfilled there, and so in a few minutes we'll be crossing over to the Dodowa Government Hospital where all this is going to happen. But then again, let's take time to commend His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, because the Dodowa Government Hospital was constructed, I mean, in his first administration, and when he came, GM 1.0, and this is a testament of yet another beautiful plan. I mean, this is a president that thinks about the health sector of the country. You know, when you have a very solid health sector, you know that your citizenry are going to be very healthy, and a lot of diseases are going to be cut short. And I like the fact that the National Health Insurance Scheme is being, how do I even say it? Integrated right with, thank you, into this whole free primary health care.
Yeah, it is the mother umbrella. And so these other interventions are just like branches of it. They are under it. It's going to take care of all these things, because of course the National Health Insurance, I mean, has been in existence for quite a long time. So it's now even an authority. So it means that it has a broader base and well structured, and so any other initiative that will come will probably be sourced out of the National Health Insurance, and that is wonderful. And looking at the fact that yes, we are not taking anything away from the National Health Insurance. You see, if you look at the sectors of this economy, education, health, when it goes to education, we have the free senior high school. We started from the basic school, right? So when you go to the primary, you are going for free. When you get to the SHS, you have free, and now you have a free entry to the university. So how about the health sector? You understand? So we need to also get into the health sector and make sure that yes, we are giving some sort of incentives to the health sector. Even though, I mean, a lot of people, including myself, have been complaining about the freebies and all those things. But then we are getting to another stage of our lives that people, if you don't step in, they will make a move. If you look at the rate of non-communicable diseases, the mortality rate in this country, it's bizarre. Sometimes you ask yourself, the way our style of living is becoming some way. Let me put it this, because we eat late. We are eating a whole lot of the cups. You understand? Our style of eating has changed. And I'm happy that the president always, I mean, keeps reminding us that in the previous years or previous past, our forefathers, they eat more of the green, they eat you see the contomere, all those things. So they lived healthier than us. Now we are eating more cholesterol, and we are also refusing to do health check. They used to, our forefathers, our great grandfathers, they live up to 100, 112, 110. Now we are seeing 20, 30, 40. Even if you chalk, I mean, 60, it's a whole achievement on its own in this contemporary world that we are living. Why? Because we've you know, we are not taking our health issues very, very serious. So it will take a government that thinks about the people to make an initiative that will cater for them. If you realize that the people are not making the move, you have to lead by example. You have to lead them. You understand? And so our eating habits has not been the best, and so people living and harnessing or harvesting what you call some sicknesses in them. You understand? And so when you see people coughing, diabetes, and you know,
the sicknesses now, they have strange names. Even some sound like people's names, you know. You
understand? And these are things people are harboring in their homes. You understand? So now, why don't you get in there, bring them out, screen them, know that look, you are having type 2, type 3, type C, or type this of diabetes. Go see this, hospital, go to this hospital for this kind of treatment, and all these things will be done for you for free. So it's just like the normal thing we know about the health delivery. They will first check all your vitals and all those things, you understand? And so but then you are getting this for free. And so the basic health, screening, or the basic health delivery that you need, or service that you need at the moment, is what the government is launching. And for me, it starts it all, because nobody will wake up having let's say HIV without seeing symptoms.
Yeah,
it starts from somewhere. You won't get malaria without seeing symptoms. You won't get that sickness without beginning from somewhere. So it builds up before it gets to that point that will take you to your grave. And so that moment, from the grassroots, that is where we are finding a source to it. So you made mention the preventive and then the creative, right? So we are teaching you how to prevent all these things, and that is what the primary healthcare will do. You won't call jogging crowd that. You do know which part of your body is referred to as the second heart? You might not know, right? Because according to science, this part, which is called the calf, is referred to as the second heart. That is why you need to walk a lot. That is why you need to run, so that it functions better. You understand? But then this time, even walking from here to where is the shortest place? From here to maybe Abelempe Junction is a problem. We are going with Uber and all those cars and all this. So we don't have time for our body to exercise. And so this initiative will come in. They will educate you. They come to your offices, check you and say, no, senior man, you need to be conscious about your diet. You need to be conscious about your sleep. You are not having enough sleep. You are not doing this. You're not doing that and this. You need to start, giving yourself some jogging minutes, or you need to be walking barefooted. So these are some of the things that are in the basket for you. And so they come to your office. The staff there. Some of us, we have barely 2 hours sleep. You always say you have short nights, and it definitely will affect your health. And so they will come and tell you, now you need 3 hours sleep. From now onwards, you need to advance your sleeping. Godfrey, you need to move to 5 hours. Sly, you need to move to maybe 10 hours. Uncle Bo selling at La Paz, you need to move to 10 hours in a day. You need to start eating more fruits. You need to start drinking more water, because your kidneys need them. Me, when I sit there and tell you that you need to take more water, you might not listen to me, because I'm not a medical health practitioner. Yeah. But then when the doctor tells you this, it's just like your kid when they come back from school and their teacher tells them something. You see how they abide by it, because they feel that teacher has a credibility over you. And so, my teacher says it is A plus A, or B plus B, or 1 plus 1 is 2. If you try to correct them, they will never understand. That is how it is. The religious believe in the doctors. Doctor tells you don't eat this. See how you go by it. And so now they are coming to your house. They are coming closer to you. There are dexes, about 250 dexes that are going to be set up across the country. And so you can also walk to them. They check you instantly, tell you what you need to do, and it is for free. And so for me now, there's nothing that will beat this. Yes, like I said, there will be a lot of talks. But then if the people understand that this is what this initiative has come to deliver to us, we will just embrace it. You've been in this country, you've seen a lot of new initiatives that is being kicked back, and it backslashed and all those things, but then it had to go through, and at the end of the day, we all saw the benefits that we are reaping in this country. So for me, health, anything about health is positive. I accept it. You've been in this country, we've been having immunization exercises, we've been having a whole lot of things, polio and all those things. So it's not going to be something you've never seen before. This, you've seen them, we are showing that now we have a well-structured health delivery, that government is conscious about it. You are investing billions of cedis into it to ensure that you stay healthy. you are selling your oranges at the roadside, you don't have time to eat well, you don't go home early to rest, it is affecting you. You complain back your waist, you complain your backbone, you complain stomach, headache, and all those things. And so this has come in to actually salvage the situation and give us healthy people in this country.
Right, Godfred, our correspondent Belinda Kwanzaa is there at the Dodowa Government Hospital, and as and when we get her, we would call her. We are trying to get hold of her so we can get some live update from the grounds of the launch. And so, let's take a quick break. We'll be right back.
All right, welcome back from that break. We are still giving you the live coverage of the launch of the free primary healthcare program at Dodua. We have my colleague Belinda on the line, who is on the ground to give us more updates about this initiative being launched. It's a landmark initiative, of course, so she'll give us the details. Good morning, Belinda. How are you doing?
Good morning, Fred. How are you?
We're good here. Tell us what's happening there.
So currently, everybody is seated. Dignitaries, traditional leaders, doctors and nurses, heads of organizations are all seated. We are currently waiting for His Excellency John Dramani Mahama's arrival. And also, you can find people here. I don't know how to call them, but then they are playing some sort of music, a sort of the drama music in preparation of His Excellency's arrival.
Is it a cultural troupe?
They are not a cultural troupe, but let's send them as a drama group, yes.
Now, aside those people giving us the vibe of Jama, how would you describe the mood of the people as they wait for the president?
I would say, I don't know if it has something to do with the weather, but the sun is very scorchy, so there are not a lot of movement around. People are calmly seated, waiting for the arrival of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, while the drama group are also moving to and fro with their music.
Well, I know you've spoken to quite a number of people to assess their understanding about this initiative. If you speak to them, what perspective do they have about the free primary health care?
Right. So, to them, this policy framework is simply an outcome of deliberations and consultations carried out by the health ministry, right? Looking at it as one that's going to strengthen PHC as the foundation of Ghana's health system and also achieve universal health coverage by 2030. Now, over here, people are ready. I mean, everybody is seated, everybody is waiting for the president's arrival. That is what is going on here currently.
Tell us the setup. If we are home and you're painting some image for us, give us some image in our minds before even the president comes. How is the setup like?
So, over here, I don't know if you can see on the screen, but on my left, you find sets of the traditional leaders seated. The Gaman chair here, the Nubaman chair is here, the Ampon Kene is here. The local traditional leaders all seated here. We have the nurses, the midwives, the doctors also seated on the left as well, and also we have some invited guests seated. And on my right, you find heads of these medical organizations also. Now on the days you find them streets also seated, waiting for the arrival of His Excellency Mahama.
Very interesting. Dodua Hospital, that's where the venue is, right?
Yes, please.
Okay, and so the hospital is in operation whilst this program is being carried out. I mean, this is about healthcare. If you scan through the hospital there, how are people in there also, I mean, preparing for this day?
Can you come again with your question?
If you, like I said, where it is being launched, the hospital there, if you scan through the health workers and all those in there, do you see them in also and in the mood for the president and this initiative?
Yes, like I mentioned earlier, I would say that the reason a lot of movements are restricted or the place is currently down is because the sun is out. It's out, and a lot of so people are seated calmly, waiting for the arrival of the president. probably when the president now enters, realize then that's when you realize a lot of people now moving around welcome the president. But currently, because it's very out and very scorchy, people are seated, the doctors, the nurses. If you can see them in your shots, they are fanning themselves because the place is hot. Literally, we are all waiting for the president's arrival.
Belinda, I will leave you here. If the president comes in, I know you give us more updates about what is happening on the grounds. And so, viewers, you heard my colleague, Belinda Annan Kwanzaa, she is on the ground where the initiative is being launched, bringing up to date what is happening. You saw the setup. Yes, we are all in waiting for the final whistle of this initiative to start rolling. And so we can't wait for the president to arrive. The place is hugely and beautifully decorated, awaiting the president's arrival. So the vision of this free primary healthcare initiative, it says this reform built on NHIS financing by prioritizing promotive, preventive and early and creative services. The policy aims to reduce hospital congestion, improve efficiency and deliver equity in health outcomes. Now if I take the last line or last two, and it says that to reduce hospital congestion. Yes, very important, because look, when you sit there for our sicknesses or illness, you fall sick. You are a human being. It's just like the phone you are holding. You can't have a perfect phone or a phone that has no issue. One way that if it's not your charging system, if it is not the mouthpiece, if it is not the speaker, there might be something, even your storage, something can be happening to it, or your camera quality, and something can happen to your phone. This is just like that. Human beings operate on organs and systems, and so just as you are moving in and out, you shouldn't forget every microsecond, every organ is in you is responding to or reacting to something else. So there will be some issues with your body. If it is not headache, it will be muscle pain. If it is not muscle pain, it will be your blood circulation. It could be your BP or anything at any given point. In fact, even the healthiest man on earth will actually feel some pain somewhere at a given point in time. That is how God made the body. So come to appreciate or accept that you fall sick. You will get down one day. You will break down one day. But what is important is how you recover. Now, we don't want you to get to that level that you will become a burden on a hospital. Say, God forbid. Yes, you will never become a burden on any hospital. But that is based on you. It is based on the move you make today. Most times, we want to go to the hospital or have access to health care. But yes, we give excuses. Oh, it is just like you always say on Sundays. Oh, today I plan to go to hospital, but there is Chelsea Magdals. You I couldn't swear to go to church. Yes, it will come. You are a human being, granted. But then there are instances that you go to hospital, and because the hospital is even overcrowded, you refuse to, stay there. You go back home, you retrieve and resort to other, alternatives, which may end up jeopardizing your situation. And so now government says that so why would I wait for my people to rush into the hospital to congest the area or the facility? Why don't I also bring it to them? Do you understand? Let me bring it to you. Now government is bringing that healthcare that you will need, the primary one that you will need. Basically your illness or your sickness does not require that you sleep in the hospital or they admit you in the hospital. It requires something small that can be delivered at your doorstep. So imagine yourself like that big man who orders the doctors and nurses to come to, give them that care. Now, government says that we are taking that from your way. You can be Antakosuya, who sells tomatoes. You can be Kwame Danso, who sells at Abosokai, or Emmanuel Jemfi, who is a trot driver, or anybody. You can be at your one corner or your own place, whether in Kasua, anywhere you find yourself, and you have access to that first-hand healthcare. You see how beautiful the thing is. There is no cluster or anything so big to understand or to be, breaking your brains about that. That's care that probably someone who has money would order the nurses to come to check his vitals at home and all those things will get. Government says that I'm also taking that course. You can also have it. So we are setting up decks that you can, will be closer to you and go have that, access to that healthcare delivery. Nurses will be knocking your doors, whether at work. There are some people, if you owe them, you won't get them in their houses because they wake up at dawn 4 a.m. and leave and come back like 10 p.m. So you will never get them. No matter how you target them, you won't get them. Those people, it is the same analogy in this situation. When they are sick, you even get them at home to treat them. So government says that yes, if your workplace is your place that you always go and hide, you will come to your workplace and deliver that healthcare for you. And so that is what this initiative is looking to do. So the prevention, like I said, there are things that you've been doing you might not know. The number of energy drinks you've been taking, you don't know its implications on your kidney. You might not know. You've not been to that school that you understand those implications. So the nurses will come. Those nurses that you have to go to Kolobu or you go to 37 Military Hospital to see them. Now some will be coming to you, be closer to you. You understand? They'll be closer to you so that they explain that energy drink that you'll be taking frequently might have an issue on your health. That jogging that or exercises in the morning that you'll be ignoring will have issues on you. And so we are coming to explain how you take your diet and all those things. There are sometimes 2 hours to your sleep because fufu is your favorite. If you don't eat, you won't sleep. You want to eat it at all costs, but you don't know what that will happen to you. See, you started having a pot belly and people in your family or your area are calling you a big man. You are becoming a rich man because rich men have pot belly. No, you are dying slowly. So they will have to come and explain to you that that pot belly that is developing, you can actually end or prevent it. You need to start hitting the gym. You need to start eating some kind of food. There's a woman selling fruits behind your door or behind your house. The only engagement you have with this woman is good morning and good afternoon. You've never stopped to ask her the prices of the banana because you think that it will give you anything. For you to eat banana 10 cedis or spend 20 cedis on fruit, you prefer buying that Indomie because you think that it will take you that long journey. No, spend that 20 cedis to buy that fruit to have a good health going forward. And so all this knowledge will come when we start rolling this initiative out. So we are preventing the illness, the sickness, that disease, that chronic disease that is hanging around that might fall on you one day if you don't take care of your health. And so that is what we are going to be saying from now till maybe the day you have to finally say goodbye to the world and all those things. And then there's another one says that primary health care, which is shortened as the PAC, has long been the backbone of Ghana's health system, dating back to the community-based health planning and services, which is the CHIPS facilities we're talking about, and then initiative in 1999 and the establishment of the National Health Insurance Scheme. And so it has a background in 2003. It has a background, like I said, the NHIS has been the umbrella that is, or you will say the mother that is giving birth to all these health initiatives. And so it is very important that we take note of this. It is not new. I made mention of it that it is not new. You've been taking the polio vaccines and all those things. And so if you see nurses and doctors around you, which one would you prefer? Police coming to inspect you or ambulances always passing your area than seeing doctors and nurses in your area? who will give quick response to some emergency situations, or even give you advices on how to live. If you've been watching WoezorTV, we've been giving you the well-being each and every day about how you need to live well-being. And so it's not, sometimes you talk about the financial well-being, but then most of our well-beings have been on the your body, your health. And so it shows that we even before the rollout of the free primary health care, we Wezo here think about you and been giving you the health tips that you can live by. If you've been following it religiously, I'm sure your life, your health life has never been the same, and it will never be the same in Jesus' name. We are going to be firm and strong and produce to this country as needed of you. So this is some vision and aims and what the initiative is seeking to deal with. We can't grow as a country having majority of our population sick. How is that possible? How is that possible? So if you have, I mean, the youth that are falling sick because now there is something called red. You take too much red and you are falling sick, you can't move. I mean, how is that? So this will come in to actually give us the knowledge about our life. I know there are some people at the moment, what they are waiting for is death, so that there will be funeral in their family or house, but nobody calls for that. They've given up when it comes to life. But then there is hope coming. People will be coming to teach you, educate you how to take care of yourself in all spheres of your health journey. Now, these reforms expanded access and financial protection, yet persistent gaps remain. I mean, the earlier one that we read, you saw the free, National Health Insurance Scheme and the CHIPS and all those things. But then we still have issues. There are some gaps remain. Out of pocket payments still accounts for over 1/3 of health spending. Inequities in rural access persist, and growing burden of non-communicable disease threatens sustainability. And so those in the village, sometimes it's worrying. We have to travel some miles to get a teaching hospital or district hospital to have a good health care, or to even see someone in green and white to give you some health advice. But this time around, government says no. Why not? Let's take that burden from there. You don't need any 1,000, 2,000, 1,500. Sometimes they call you from village. Doctor Jimmy Sikabi mintu me ho tre me o baby sells 250. Can you imagine? So because of 200, 250, 300, 500, they are denying you some basic care. And so President Mahama in his own wisdom says no. Aside the National Health Insurance, which sometimes you go and there are issues, because most times you go and the complaint you hear, they're giving you only power and all those things. They tell you this does not cover and all those things. And sometimes because of these issues, people opt not to even go to the hospital at all. So to make our healthcare delivery effective and efficient again, let's roll out this one. That's, we will go to the people, it will get closer to the people, they will understand what is happening, give them that immediate and quick response to healthcare at zero cost is very important, and that is what we're about to see. And so very soon President Mahama will set in. You saw on your screens earlier, you saw a report from Belinda Anakwansa, who has been on the ground giving us that quick updates on the ground, what's happening. So we are ready and set for it to start rolling, so that we all see how it's going. Let me quick to say that this initiative starting this year, it's on record, and so that is the convoy of the first gentleman of the land, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. When it comes to infrastructure, name a president who has done more than this man in this country. Name one. Maybe in the from 1992 till now, name one. Maybe apart from him, who else do you know when it comes to infrastructure, roads, health, schools? I mean, you can mention them. And so now it's about time you feel the social intervention. Now let's explain briefly about social intervention. If you look at the NDC as a party, their ideology is giving social interventions to the people. Yes, making people feel the governance. And so this man is taking a step further to let you feel governance that is closer to you in any sphere, education, health, in sports, name them. So that is what we are going to see some few minutes. However, you saw the convoy, so President Mahama will hit ground very soon, and then you hear from the horse's own mouth. He has been preaching this for quite a long time, from 2025 last year to now. Whichever platform he gets, he explains. I remember the last time he met the CSOs, he also explained, and he said something that he's not his medical background is just a pocket doctor. You remember that it's not something that you can say he's a doctor. But then he was saying something very, very important. Have you realized it? That if you just move through town, 10 people you meet, about 6 are on glasses. 6 or more are on glasses. And ask yourself a question: what is happening? We had days that are 70-year-old fathers and mothers were not putting on glasses, but today 6, 7, 8 years, 9, 10, 15, 20 years, they're on glasses. And I'm telling you, you meet about 20 people on the street, about 15 are on glasses. They can't see when the glasses fall. It's an issue, and we need to have education. What is causing all these things? What kind of food are we eating? What is happening? And so it is important that we need to have an immediate step to solve all this issue. So let's go to Shai Osudoku District Hospital, where this free primary healthcare is being launched. Let's take the anthem.
Thank you very much. Kindly be seated. Thank you very much, Ghana Police Ceremonial Band, under the direction of Assistant Superintendent of Police Daniel Yayira Towe Menya, Officer in Charge. Your Excellency the President of the Republic of Ghana, Honorable Minister for Health, the Member of Parliament for Drobosu, Honorable Greater Accra Regional Minister and Member of Parliament for Shai Osudoku, Honorable Ministers of State, Honorable Members of Parliament, members of the Diplomatic Corps, development partners, traditional authorities, heads of institutions, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, you're welcome. Mohe. To commit this program into the hands of God, I invite District Pastor Assemblies of God to lead us in a Christian prayer. Let's welcome Reverend Daniel Utu Akam. Let's keep the applause up as he comes to commit the event into the hands of the Almighty. Thank you.
Shall we please pray? Our Heavenly Father, this morning we are so grateful and thankful to you. You who have gathered us here, to you be the glory and honor. We thank you for the vision, the wisdom you have given to the President of the nation to initiate this noble program. To you be the glory and honor, for from you comes all wisdom and all good things. Father, we pray and we commit this ceremony into your hands. We pray that your spirit will brood over us. Your spirit will guide us. We pray and we commit all the leadership who will be chairing this function into your hands. Let your spirit guide. We also pray for the primary health care program. We ask the Father, let your blessing be upon it. For your word says that it is in vain that man tried to build if you are not involved. We ask the Lord, take over. Bless it. Let it become a national asset and a channel of blessing for this nation till Christ come. Immune it against all challenges that will sabotage it. We thank you, the Father, you have made it a success to the glory of your name. Amen.
Thank you, Reverend Akam. We'll now be guided in a traditional prayer invoking the wisdom and blessings of our forebears.
Mwana sochamaso nimeja pajapo aso jinone bemine wa mwenyewa president manyende peno ododo ako ichamuo ole kadodo apa chanone ocha chenku bo ocha ali ocha baka odeke eha binotrom eha manye eha hewa epo yakrabacha efene magun eje wukanjadem e mabmi yam joya yankuo no ni cheno etwabo nyunedam enatum lebenyo kenayoro ebe fita ha e ka pebi ke vice president ke party members ke wonu wada stope e wa egbo wa egbe wa na wo aduasion na na wo ka buasion na de ko ange mo de do abuo ki cha mo pe do pa cha ne o cha chengu bo o cha ali o cha baka o cha japa o cha do hiyo o cha ko pa npe o cha mbale o cha yire na kojo zibe ka kwa de pa cha ne ye ba ni yenu ye gba oso na o cha kolodi o cha su apim la cha gba sino ne lo gba oso lo gba owie je haya ne nga pe no e ya ne nituli na hospital chope aye kono ha aye mla no ha pene e hiaje ne hiaje bi ne ka bu asin na na Ghana o ka bu asin na na Ghana na neke papa no don dramana mama yi no e takeje ne je take ne Ghana da sin e na le no wa egbo wa egbe ka bu asin na na o fi amanyere bra fi amanyere bra fi amanyere bra okribone fi amanyere bra.
Proper Nyechum Saminya. Thank you very much for the prayer. Ladies and gentlemen, it's now my pleasure to invite the Greater Accra Regional Minister and Member of Parliament for Shai Osutoku to deliver the welcome address. Let's welcome Honorable Linda Oklu, MP.
Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Ghana, Honorable Minister for Health, Honorable Members of States, Council of State Members, Honorable Members of Parliament present, the Vice President of the Greater Accra Regional House of Chiefs, the Government Chair, Honorable MMDCs, the Shai Osudoku Traditional Council present, Nanameng, Kenanameng, distinguished guests, the media, ladies and gentlemen. It is a great honor and a real pleasure to warmly welcome you all to Dodowa for the launch of the Free Primary Healthcare Initiative. Your Excellency, on behalf of the chiefs and the good people of the Greater Accra region, I sincerely welcome you and thank you for making time to be with us today. Your presence means a great deal to us, and it reflects your strong commitment to the health and well-being of the Ghanaian people. I also warmly welcome my colleague, honorable ministers, honorable members of parliament, council of state members, the president of the Greater Accra Regional House of Chiefs, the Government Chair, and all distinguished guests who have joined us on this important occasion. Nanameng and Nanameng, Greater Accra continues to play an important role in the development of our country, and we remain committed to improving the lives of our people, especially in healthcare. Over the years, government has taken steady steps to improve access to healthcare across the region. We have seen the building of Chiefs Compound, the upgrading of health centers, and the strengthening of our polyclinics to better serve our communities. This effort reminds us of something simple but very important, that good health begins within our communities and everyone deserves access to care. Ladies and gentlemen, today's lunch is therefore very meaningful to us. The Free Primary Healthcare Initiative will make a real difference in the lives of our people. It will ease the burden on families and bring care closer. Health. This initiative is about our people. It is about the mother here in Dodowa, the trader in Medina, the fisherman in Ada, the tomato seller in Ningo Pram Pram, and about all of us knowing that when we need care, it will be there for us. Your Excellency, at the regional and local levels, we understand that success of this initiative will depend on all of us working together. I would like to assure you of our full support. We will work closely with our metropolitan, municipal and district assemblies to 1. Strengthen primary health care services, 2. Improve sanitation and environmental health, 3. Support community participation, and then 4. Ensure that every community, whether urban or rural, benefits from this initiative. Ladies and gentlemen, this policy is about us and it is for us. It speaks of our shared responsibility to take care of one another and to build a healthier society. On behalf of Nanameng, Kenanameng, and the good people of the Greater Accra region, I wish to assure government and all stakeholders of our readiness to support the successful implementation of this initiative. Together, we can make this work. Together, we can improve the lives of our people, and together, we can build a healthier and stronger Ghana. As a member of Parliament for the good people of Shai Osudoku, I want, on behalf of the chiefs and good people of this constituency, thank you, Your Excellency, the President, for the particular interest in giving Shai Osudoku facelifts, especially in the areas of roads and health. Health and roads have a direct connection because good roads improve access to health care facilities. I, however, pray that my colleague, hard-working road minister, will push for the early completion of our roads within the district. Your Excellency, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, before I resume my seat, there is a good news for us, Osudoku people. The President has just ordered the buffer stock to buy our rice, or the wholesale rice stock in our wholesale. So on behalf of the good people of Shai Osudoku, Mr. President, we want to thank you so much. We are most grateful to you for all that you've done for us. Your Excellency, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, you are once again warmly welcome. Noningela Amadejio, wa asuchari biome, ni wa rice or etro wa wholesale. His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Ghana, the nation's builder, a other buffer stock, neba he wa omo trepe nge wa wholesale. Ene hejo ingala mabu blonono ninkada His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Ghana, si Saminya. In fact, wo sinko ni ne eba epemino eye wo hawo. Ede wo kio wale party ko except Shai Osudo NDC. Was Shai Osudoku ke all the Ga Adangbe communities or districts or within the country or wa party jimino NDC. Ene hejo wo sinko ke eba imachuni ni wa bo amapemino. Imagine, neni chene ma yi ho da sege enga ni chum hawo ma nejo ne ha le hewa ni chu papa na ejisisi o enye epemi no egbenya hawo. Thank you so much for your attention.
Thank you very much, Honorable Linda Oklu, MP, Greater Accra Regional Minister, for those warm and thoughtful remarks and for delivering good news to the people of the area. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, we now hear from the custodians of our heritage. It's my honor to invite Dasibre Kwebu Ewusi, the 7th paramount ruler of Abiazi State and former vice president of the National House of Chiefs, to deliver brief remarks on behalf of the traditional leaders. Let's welcome Dasibre Kwebu Ewusi, the 7th.
Thank you, Mr. MC. Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Ghana, John Dramani Mahama, our revered majesties from Greater Accra, region led by Neni Tete Waka III, Vice President of Ghana Regional House of Chiefs, Honorable Minister for Health, members of the Council of State, Honorable Regional Minister, Honorable members of the Parliament, Honorable MMDCs, Minister of Health Staff, distinguished guests, Nananom and Queen Mothers, members of the diplomatic corps, the media, ladies and gentlemen, all protocol duly observed. It is with great honor and deep sense of responsibility that I stand before you today on behalf of the National House of Chiefs and the entire traditional leadership of our beloved country. We are profoundly grateful for the invitation extended to us to participate in this historic occasion. The launch of the free primary health care initiative. This landmark program is not only timely but also essential in advancing the well-being of our people and strengthening the foundation of our national development. Your Excellency, we wish to take a moment to sincerely commend you for your bold, visionary, and courageous leadership in bringing this initiative to life. This program stands as a clear testament to your unwavering commitment to the welfare of the Ghanaian people. It reflects the promises you made during your engagement with the citizenry and demonstrate your dedication to translating vision into tangible impact. Indeed, this initiative bears the hallmark of a forward-thinking, compassionate, and selfless leader, one who placed the needs of the people at the very heart of governance. Your resilience, determination, and passion for national development continues to inspire confidence across all sectors of our society. We encourage Your Excellency to remain steadfast and resolute. The path of transformational leadership is often demanding, but history will remember those who dare to act with courage and conviction for the greater good. We urge you never to relent in your effort, for your hard work and commitment are laying a solid foundation for a healthier, stronger, and more prosperous Ghana. Not distracted by externalities, Your Excellency, access to quality and affordable healthcare remains a fundamental pillar of any progressive society. For generations, traditionally, authorities have played a vital role in safeguarding the welfare of our communities. We have long recognized a healthy population is dispensable to productivity, stability, and prosperity. It is therefore encouraging to witness this bold and transformative step towards ensuring that every Ghanaian, regardless of status or location, can access primary healthcare service. Nananom across the country warmly welcome this initiative. We view it as a significant intervention that will not only expand healthcare delivery, but also emphasize preventive care, community outreach, and early detection of diseases. Critical elements in reducing the burden on our health facility and improving overall health outcomes. We are particularly pleased with the focus on equity in distribution of health resources. As traditional leaders, we remain committed to supporting policies and programs that promote fairness, inclusiveness, and social justice within our communities. Your Excellency, the success of this initiative will depend not only on policy directions, but also on effective collaboration. In this regard, the National House of Chiefs assures government of our unwavering support. We stand ready to partner with all stakeholders to mobilize our communities, promote public awareness, and ensure the smooth implementation of this program at the grassroots level. We will continue to use our platform to encourage our people to embrace preventive healthcare practices, patronize health facilities, and support health professionals in their noble service to the nation. Let me also take this opportunity to commend the Ministry of Health and all partners who whose dedication and hard work have made this initiative a reality. Your effort reflects a clear commitment to improving the quality of life for all Ghanaians. In conclusion, Your Excellency, Nananom fully support this visionary initiative and express our confidence in its potential to transform healthcare delivery in Ghana. We remain resolute in our collective responsibility to contribute to national development and to the well-being of our people. May this initiative succeed and leave a lasting legacy for the generation to come. I thank you all for your kind attention. Thank you.
Thank you, Dasibre, for those wise and dignified reflections. Mr. President, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, our next speaker leads the sector at the heart of today's program. Please join me in welcoming the Minister for Health and the Honorable Member of Parliament for Dwaboso, the Honorable Kwabena Minta Akando, to deliver his statement.
Thank you very much, Kafui. Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Ghana, President John Dramani Mahama, the Honorable Regional Minister, our host, the Government Chair, the representative of the National House of Chiefs, the representative of the Regional House of Chiefs, my colleague ministers here present, our partners, heads of agencies, Nime, Name, Nananom, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It is a great honor to have you join us today for a landmark moment in the transformation of Ghana's health system. Your Excellency, permit me to begin by acknowledging your sustained commitment to healthcare in Ghana. From your early support to the expansion of CHIEFs during your first tenure as President, to your leadership in advancing initiatives such as Onuador Program, to your consistent investment in equipping our health facilities across the country. Your dedication to strengthening health delivery systems has been clear and deliberate. In this administration, Your Excellency, you have once again demonstrated bold leadership, most notably by the uncapping of the National Health Insurance Scheme, a decisive move that created physical space for transformative policies such as free primary health care and the Ghana Medical Trust Fund, aptly known as Mahama Cares. Beyond our borders, you have also been leading advocacy for health sovereignty, championing Africa's ability to finance, produce, and sustain its own health system. Mr. President, today's launch is a direct reflection of that vision, that commitment, and that leadership. We are fortunate to have you as Ghana's President, sir. Your Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, global evidence is clear. Primary health care is the most effective pathway to achieving universal health coverage. The World Health Organization estimates that scaling up primary health care could save up to 60 million lives worldwide by 2030. Countries such as Thailand, Brazil, and Rwanda achieved universal health coverage by making a deliberate, decisive decision to invest first in primary health care. Ghana has made significant progress over the years. We have expanded CHIEFs, introduced the National Health Insurance Scheme, and improved key health outcomes. But we must also be honest with ourselves. Out-of-pocket expenditure remains high at around 35% of total health spending. Many Ghanaians still delay seeking care, and non-communicable diseases are rising rapidly. Too many of our people enter the health system late when conditions are worse, severe, treatment is more costly, and outcomes are worse. Your Excellency, this is why this initiative is transformational. This reform will deliver First and foremost, financial protection. Primary health care services within the defined package will now be free at the point of use for all Ghanaians. Additionally, we'll use this opportunity to encourage all uninsured people to enroll on the National Health Insurance Scheme. This will enable them to access care at district, regional, and tertiary hospitals, as well as more advanced primary health care services not included in the free primary health care package. Second, it marks a decisive shift towards prevention. Routine screening, early diagnosis, and proactive community outreach will become standard practice and not occasional interventions. Third, it ensures integrated and equitable care delivery. CHIPS compounds, health centers, and polyclinics will be linked into a seamless system that will improve continuity of care, efficiency, and outcomes. And fourth, it represents a fundamental financing reform, moving us towards paying for health and prevention, not just for ill and treatment. In other words, we are moving from sick care to health care. Your Excellency, by 2030, we expect to see out-of-pocket expenditure fall below 20%, to see over 95% of Ghanaians accessing essential primary health care services, to see reduced congestions at our hospitals, and to see a stronger, more resilient health system. This is how countries achieve universal health coverage, and this is how Ghana will achieve it. Mr. President, I am pleased to report that we are ready. We have completed the costing and financing frameworks. We have initiated the necessary legislative reforms. We have strengthened coordination across the Ministry of Health, the Ghana Health Service, the Christian Health Association of Ghana, the National Health Insurance Authority, and our partners. We have procured over 24,000 pieces of essential medical equipment, including incubators, glucometers, hospital beds, and ultrasound machines to support services delivery across the country. We are advancing digital health systems to ensure transparency, monitoring, and accountability. Over the next 2 months, Ghanaians will begin to see this transformation in full action. We will distribute equipment to all 150 districts that will be part of the first phase of the implementation. We will intensify community sensitization through town halls and engagements. We will deploy trained volunteers to support our community health workforce. And we will establish over 350 container-based service delivery points in high-traffic areas with mobile populations such as markets and lorry parks. Very soon, health workers and volunteers will not only be waiting at the facilities, they will be in our homes, our schools, churches, workplace, screening, educating, and supporting us to stay healthy. Ladies and gentlemen, let me end with a simple reflection. Many of us here have at one point or the other organized health screening exercises in our communities. Eye screening, blood pressure checks, diabetes testing, HIV outreach programs, to name a few. We have done so because we understand the value of early detection. We have seen the lives that can be saved when people know their health status early. Although these efforts are commendable, they have often been sporadic, reliant on individual initiatives, and limited in reach. What this initiative does is fundamentally different. It institutionalizes prevention, it mainstreams screening and early detection into everyday functioning of our health system. It ensures that the preventive care is no longer occasional but continuous, accessible, and universal. This is a transformation we are launching today. From late treatment to early detection, from out-of-pocket bedding to financial protection, For your leadership, Mr. President. Thank you all for joining us on this historic occasion. I'm most grateful.
Thank you very much, Honorable Minister, for that clear and purposeful statement. Mr. President, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, we now take a brief interlude. This will be a drama presentation by the Creative Arts Foundation. To our viewers joining us live across GTV, GH1 TV, Metro TV, Channel 1 TV, WoezorTV, MOH TV, and digital platforms, stay with us because this performance reflects the real human stories behind access to healthcare. Please welcome, with a big round of applause, the Creative Arts Foundation.
I get some credit. Huh? My do what you saw, but what's say a quanquo, say a day. I want to be Samiana. I get some phone crown. Makacha choir Sabia. What's that way are here? Hospital. It's too expensive. The water in the door. Say ya now, Kaya Kanan, what's that?
Mamiama, stop that. Koranu or Kora. Me Makasami, my son. Menyam Kakadro, Regase, ginger, ni garlic. Well, me missing man, one dose pack. Coffee.
And what's one?
Amen.
Amen. Why Abramo?
Good afternoon. Welcome.
Thank you.
Hey.
I'm here with a good news, a very good news for all of us. We now have a free primary health care service available in our community. It's free. I'm a veteran. Well, the government has a new initiative, which is the primary free health care for our community. So we are asked to go around to educate the people. Okay, since you are here, I will hand over to you.
No, you go ahead. I'll assist you.
Thank you so much. Yes, please, I did. And it's actually very free for everybody.
Free.
It's totally free for our cheap compounds, health posts, and health centers all over in our community. For all Ghanaians.
Free.
For real?
It's free.
So you mean Ghana for free?
Ghana is not free, but the services are completely free.
Stop that.
Oh, I'm not joking with poor people. I am very, very serious, and I'm not joking with poor people. This is from our own very president, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. It's very free, and our services include blood pressure tests, blood sugar testing, BNI assessments, mental health screening, and most importantly, breast cancer screening.
Hey, breast cancer.
But try.
So can you check whether she loves me?
Oh, anything, just a prayer combo, anything. Just a prayer camp, Mr.
Asoma wo kana ko wanu. Ha? Mempewa e ka me no te.
Ekwan mama enchin kwa ma no me chisa me we dey na enchin.
Enwan we dia ma wafu aye sa je ba sa de ban. Come here kwajo no.
The pressure is so high.
Say free.
It's because of my father. Yes, my father. Your father where? When you eat and drink and sleep like a retired lion.
It is very important we go for early screening. Early screening saves life, even when you feel fine.
Madam, so you mean that who need national health insurance?
But so you feel bit in your boat with you, we are a boy registration and say you're free. But show bit in your hey!
And I make screening to see. I'm also going to check. Madam, come, let's go. Let's go.
Hi. Mira. Me kwa kohwe. Yesi ade a yedi ani ahuno. E de di ho adanse. Yesi me kwa hesa ye no kura na so wo mu twa ye ntra.
What take bra?
Me kwa ba.
Na wo kwa hwe ni.
Kwa kwaju afunu.
Beko na wo kwa no hwe ni mpacho. Obi afra menko. Things are not things. With the I some power to my friend auntie. Hello. Auntie Otiminka. Ataki yatido yatide. Dabe nyemu demo bonu de mesem nya boso neche na meka no. Ya meka no eche momokra. Aban the imponding ehhye bia ba. E fa ni free primary health care. Utina meka no. Free primary health care. And which say apart from chips compound in polyclinics near the idea. Ubetina kwa check your blood, sugar, BP the cholesterol near the idea free no. Almost like the health post eba community BM and me free. Uko abako chekini free. Ujakte kukura. Mr. Ujakte ku. I attack you Mr. Atide. It is the you will do from sick care to health care. Sick care to health care. A just say, young chairman, we are and Sunday Asano. Yes, so I know and Sana Wayari. If it's a prevention is better than cure. What did I say? Aha, it would be told on the no second way. You're going to that my mother Abba from how far. Hey, no quiet. Todo, I am there. Abba, hey, free, no excuse. And you grow.
Missy, Mahama. Mama, Onampo, Onampo, Onampo. Me quiet. I no crack through. Machaki free. Hey, Makata wamo say me why you crying? Just of me who flew wamo, and I said this one panome. And yes, sir, remember what they be have a check. Miss Rao called you funo, what funo? Aha.
Miss, I just said the BBI you free. Your quiet or my checking your BBI you free. And the baby will be no. Just say, oh, and you free. Or move to me, but also to be here. Or more points, various points in the book. Just a post on corner, BBI you free. Hey,
Missy. Inganinte, when your name be pet, na ba check me, fair free. Womi pabu fine. Bong ya na checkable. O champagne animal fiawan yose, unanyu mem. Name, mo fiawan yose, inke mahama ni ebona. O hengona nkpa.
Metela de free, nada war humbo zia la sapaho. Who is the chena? That's it to topa before. Check it la de free. Hey, mama policy. Mahama Yajewoka
Mahama.
Hey, what in the car?
Yo, bra, Mahama Mediuka. Yo, about.
Thank you, Creative Arts Foundation. We now have the Ghana Dance Ensemble National Theatre performing the Takai dance. Thank you very much, Ghana Dance Ensemble National Theatre with the vibrant Takai dance. Ladies and gentlemen, before the President addresses us, we'll be treated to a rich expression of our culture. Please welcome the Dodowa Forest Talking Drums as they present drum appellations in honor of our special guest of honor.
Neneme, naname, amlalom ni kotomai, hiochali, ni ewike yewi, ni hemanye. Sebi ne waheke hanye yiji, mohe. Imi afletio ibieji, alwa Laurentia dede bake ajano. Imi hilohun bieji eche Isaac dugbate ayihi. Ipanyepe nye batwe manewo. Mohe, mohe, mohe. Your Excellency John Dramani Mahama, mohe. Mohe kebase osudoku. Machuo hamo babae. Osudoku machuo hamo babae. Wake na boe. O bake. Your Excellency. Ghana wabwajo wahe saminya. O bake ni makake. Se wa hemo ke nima enyo mweno ohane wabwajo wa esaminya ejaka ilevi mafoke sezumi beti tax de tako pie ne dollar ba wo mayo ngedodo ahwechi wo mi ebusi blue Modene ongebonge hiochami ke hewaminami hiyo. Gana Bewura. Ayeko. 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 Your Excellency. Wake ayeko. Omampenyi. Yemawumo. Mo ni ejumapa. Gana Bewura. Amaraba. 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 Wabwa henyanga hiyo. Wangamo babae ha. Wabwa jowa he saminya. Your Excellency. Nimumwa. Besu. Besu. Besu ne wamanu osegbi papa. Gana Bewura. Nye hesibami. Wo oheno. Banite boy. Nye blow. Nyumukate Ejumawura, the great warrior. Wo obi. Fia manyeneba. Fia manyeneba. Fia manyeneba.
You are done. Kindly be seated. Thank you very much. The sun is not easy this morning, so we'll get this over as quickly as possible so that we can go catch some rest. Let me acknowledge our chiefs, Dasebre Kwebwewusi, representing the National House of Chiefs, Nana Tete Waka III, Vice President of the Greater House of Chiefs, Greater Accra House of Chiefs, King Taki Teko Churu III, Mancha Paramount Chief of the Traditional Area, and indeed so many chiefs, Manfihini. I can see so many of you, most of you are very good friends. Let me welcome all chiefs and queen mothers present here this morning. The Minister for Health, the Honorable Kwabna Minta Akando. For those of you who don't know, he's called Akodanyame because of the things he's doing in the health sector. The Greater Accra Regional Minister, Honorable Linda Oklu, and for those of you who don't know too, she's called the Demolition Woman. The Member of Council of State, Nene Drolo Boso Odamte, senior government officials, chairpersons and members of parliamentary select committees, political party executives, the country director of the World Health Organization, Dr. Fiona Braka, the chief executive of the National Health Insurance Scheme, revered clergy and imams, members of the diplomatic corps, board members and management of health agencies and staff of the Ministry of Health, key stakeholders, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, friends of the media, and everybody present here. The Minister has spoken at length, and I think that his is the keynote address because he's really explained what the free primary health care is about. So I'm not going to read a speech. I was giving a prepared speech, but I'll just emphasize a few aspects of what he said. In the first place, I'm happy that we're launching it here at the Shai Osudoku District Hospital. For those of you who don't remember, 10 years ago, on 4th April, in my former incarnation as president, I commissioned this hospital. And I'm happy to note that the hospital is still doing very well. It is one of the best kept hospitals. The CEO is here. Aiko. It's one of the best kept hospitals, and it has gained global fame beyond the borders of Ghana. It won consecutively Safe Motherhood, Zero Maternal Mortality and Infant Mortality for several years. And so, because of their reputation, they are victims of their own success. People come from outside their catchment area, from as far as Eastern region, to come and either deliver here or seek medical assistance here. So to all the staff, I say, Aiko, for the great work you're doing, medical director and all your staff, Aiko, well done. We hope you continue to maintain the standard that you have, and we hope that all health facilities in Ghana will come and emulate the example that you have set. Now, I just want to emphasize the importance of the free primary health care. We've been talking about universal health coverage. Every country is working to achieve universal health coverage. And universal health coverage is the situation where every citizen has access to quality, affordable care. In Ghana, we introduced the National Health Insurance Scheme, and it expanded coverage and affordability in a major way. But since we introduced the National Health Insurance Scheme, we still have a lot of pockets of underserved areas, especially in the rural areas. And so, for countries that would want to extend the reach so that they can achieve universal health coverage, they include in it the primary health care aspect of it. With the health scheme, normally for most of the health facilities under the health scheme, you see the patients only when they are sick. And so, it's mostly curative. One key aspect of the free primary health care is preventive, to identify the illness and get early treatment before it develops into something else. And so a major part of the free primary health care is the health screening aspect. And we are encouraging that when we roll out the free primary health care, our traditional leaders and our religious leaders will help us to mobilize their communities. At least every Ghanaian must be screened once a year. Every Ghanaian must be screened once a year. And you get the basic screening, and that includes hypertension. So the free primary health care posts would have the sphygmanometers so that they can check your blood pressure to see if you are developing blood pressure. Sometimes if you are developing blood pressure, just a change of your diet can take it away. A change of lifestyle can take it away. But if your blood pressure is high and you require treatment, then you will be referred up to the district hospital level. So the free primary health care complements the national health insurance. And so at that level, it's free of charge. You go, the screening, everything is free of charge. If it's a basic illness like malaria, your CHIPS compound will have the medication for malaria. If it's a basic illness like cholera, your health compound, CHIPS compound, or your health kiosk will have the basic drugs for you. If it is a respiratory illness that requires cough mixture or something, you get it at your CHIPS compound. But if they take your blood sugar and your blood sugar is high, you can change it with diet, but if it persists, then they will have to refer you to the district level. And at the district level, you use your national health insurance card to get the treatment and the drugs that you require. So the free primary health care is complementary to the national health insurance. It's not coming to replace it. It is coming to complement the national health insurance. So it doesn't mean that because the free primary health care has come, you shouldn't get a national health insurance card. You should still have a national health insurance card. But at the point of examination and treatment at the polyclinic level, at the health center level, at the CHIPS compound level, at the health kiosk level, you don't need your NHIS card at that point. You just need your Ghana card or any form of identification to show that you are a Ghanaian and you are resident in that community to be able to access health care. So that's how it's going to operate. Now there's another layer that we have introduced above the national health insurance. Let's assume that we discover that you are you have high blood pressure or diabetes, and you get the early stages of kidney failure, renal failure. They notice it at the free healthcare center. They'll refer you to the district hospital. You go to the district hospital. You use your NHIS card. Now, if your illness is advanced and you need dialysis, there might not be dialysis machines in your district hospital. So that's where you'll be referred to the third aspect of it, which is the Ghana Medical Trust Fund. That's the Mahama Cares. And so you will apply to Mahama Cares. You'll be referred to a kidney dialysis center, and you can go and do your kidney dialysis free of charge. And so, what are we doing? We are trying to prevent especially non-communicable diseases before they become complicated. Non-communicable diseases have become the heaviest disease burden in Ghana. Breast cancers, cervical cancers, hypertension, strokes, cardiovascular accidents, and renal failure, kidney failure, they become the highest disease burden in Ghana because of the change in our lifestyle. And so one of the aspects of the free primary health care too will be to educate people on what makes you susceptible to non-communicable diseases, how to change your lifestyle. I mean, if you are the kind of person who likes eating heavy foods, you are not physically active, you are sitting in one place, and yet when they give you your fufu or banku, you say it's too small. You want a big bowl of fufu, and you want to eat it every day. Sometimes you eat it at night before you go and sleep. All those dietary changes you'll be educated on. Please, by 7 o'clock, eat your dinner and don't eat again. If you are hungry, just take some cup of tea or something. Don't eat any heavy food. Banku in the evening, you come from work in the evening, and then your poor wife is tired. Come and do banku, come and stir banku for me at 10 o'clock in the night. Why? So, an aspect of the free primary health care will be education on how to maintain a decent lifestyle. Our fathers and co used to eat banku and fufu late in the night, but they were physically active. They used to go to the farm, and they expended energy. Now we don't do any physical activity. You wake up in the morning, no exercise, you eat breakfast. They used to walk to the farm. You go and take your car, drive to work. When you go to work, you go and sit behind the desk from 8 to 5. You close, you take your car again, you come home. And when you come home, you say, where's my banku? What physical activity did you do to deserve banku? You know, so change of lifestyle will be part of the educational activity of the free primary health care. And then we're going to have a category of them. The health professionals in our CHIPS compounds and other places would be the ones who would be the primary administrators of the free primary health care. But we're going to have a category that we call health volunteers. This will include national service people. It will include nurses and other paramedics who have finished school and are waiting for posting. We'll deploy them in the free primary health care service until when it's time for posting. For those who volunteer and take part in the free primary health care, when it's time for posting, we'll give them the priority in terms of posting. And so there will be the health volunteers. They will go from place to place. Some of them will work in the what we call the health kiosk. Others will come to the community with all the equipment, and then they can sit under a tree, and then you just come and take your test quickly. You'll be checked for breast cancer. They will be trained how to check for breast cancer. They'll be trained how to take your blood pressure, measure your sugar, and all that. They have a scale. They will measure to see if you are too heavy. That is, they call it the body mass index. Your height and your weight must correspond. If you are not too tall and you are too fat, it means, no, sorry, I'm not trying to shame short people, but I'm just saying the truth. There's something called body mass index. They take your weight as a proportion of your height. So if you are shorter, you must be leaner. If you are taller, you can be heavier, but you must also be within a certain body mass index so that you avoid any of these non-communicable diseases. And so they'll have those weighing scales. You sit on it, they'll tell you you are overweight by this amount. So cut down your banku a bit so that your weight can come down. Okay, the minister has brought a sample of the bag. It has everything in it. It's got the scale for measuring if you are overweight. It's got the thermometer to take your temperature. It's got the blood glucose monitor. It's got the stethoscope to listen if you have any respiratory illness. It's got the sphygmanometer. They call it sphig for measuring blood pressure. And then there's a torchlight in the night if they have to work. Then they have a raincoat in case it's raining. And then the blood glucose strips or whatever they call them. Okay, so they'll be equipped with this, and they'll come to your community. And so we also have the health kiosks. So in areas where we don't have CHIPS compounds, we'll come and put the health kiosk. The health kiosk is like a CHIPS compound. It's a containerized CHIPS compound. And so we'll put them in areas that are underserved. Now, as the minister said, we're starting with 150 districts. And we'll be very careful in selecting the 150 districts. These are districts that are underserved when it comes to healthcare. So we are prioritizing them in the beginning of implementation. So those districts have been selected in all the regions. Greater Accra has some districts in there. Savannah, I think Savannah has all the districts, except Damango. Yeah, the capital has a very good hospital there, but all the other districts have been selected. So depending on the underserved areas, we've selected them to start. But the rest of the districts will join next year. And so we'll finish the complete rollout in all the districts by 2028. But this year we're starting with 150 and we'll continue with the rest after that. They'll have motorcycles, and so they can ride and go into the communities. And then we're going to complement this with mobile health clinics. In my first incarnation as president, we had them, we called them Onuado, and unfortunately they were abandoned after we left office. So we're going to restart the Onuado program, and we'll deploy the mobile clinics to the districts. And so they will complement the work of the free primary health care. They would go into the districts, they would have outpatients department, everything, and they'll provide treatments at that level. So these are this is what it has to do with the free primary health care. I hope I've complimented the minister by trying to explain it as well as I understand it. If I made any mistake, it's my fault. But I thank you all very much, and God richly bless us. And so, policeman, get ready. It is my honor and privilege, with the powers vested in me as President of the Republic of Ghana, to officially declare the free primary health care policy duly launched. Thank you. God bless our homeland Ghana and make our nation great and strong. I thank you.
Mr. President, thank you very much for that inspiring address and for officially launching this transformative program. To our viewers across Ghana and beyond, you've just witnessed a defining national moment. Please, ladies and gentlemen, please join me in appreciating the President of the Republic once more. We now invite the Chief Executive Officer of the National Health Insurance Authority to deliver the vote of thanks. Let's welcome Dr. Victor Bampo.
Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Ghana, Honorable Minister for Health, Honorable Ministers of State, Honorable Members of Parliament, Neneme and Naname, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the Honorable Minister for Health and the organizing committee, it is an honor to deliver this vote of thanks at the close of such a historic occasion. Today we've not only witnessed a launch, what we have witnessed is the birth of a promise, and we thank omnipotent God for his power, sovereignty, and faithfulness in all situations. We also say thank you all for being part of this. Ladies and gentlemen, as our elders remind us, the one who climbs a good tree is given a push. Many hands have come together to lift this noble effort, and it is only right that we acknowledge them. First and foremost, Your Excellency, President John Dramani Mahama, we thank you for your vision and leadership. It has been said that the future belongs to those who can see it before it arrives. This initiative is a testament to that foresight, your bold commitment to a healthier and more equitable Ghana. Honorable Minister for Health, Honorable Kwabena Minta Akando, as you know, in our health settings, it takes a skilled midwife to bring life safely into the world.
You have served as that steady hand, guiding His Excellency's vision into reality. We are deeply grateful. I cannot finish this section without mentioning the organizing group that spent sleepless days and nights to put this together, led by our Chief Director of the Ministry of Health, the Director for Policy Planning, Monitoring and Evaluation and other directors, the Director General of the Ghana Health Service, his deputy and regional directors and other staff, the Executive Director of the Christian Health Association of Ghana, and other colleagues at the NHIA and all other people who were involved in this. Thank you very much. To our partners, including the leadership of Parliament and other sectors, development partners, regulators, professional associations, the experts, and all stakeholders who contributed to the design and preparation of this initiative, we say thank you. For us, we say, wisdom is like a baobab tree. No one person can embrace it alone. This achievement belongs to all who contributed their knowledge, time, and commitment. To our traditional leaders, honorable members, and stakeholders across all levels, we thank you for your continued partnership. To the media, we appreciate your role in ensuring that this message reaches every Ghanaian. And to our health workers across the country, we say thank you. We know you are the ones who will carry this vision into communities, into homes, and into the everyday lives of our people. Through your hands, this policy will become reality. Ladies and gentlemen, in our culture, we say the one who fetches water does not forget the well. Today, we remember every well from which this effort has drawn strength. Thank you. But beyond all gathered here, we dare to extend this gratitude even further. We speak humbly yet confidently on behalf of generations yet unborn, those who will inherit the benefits of what has been set in motion today, those who will live longer, healthier lives because of the choices we have made now. This is the legacy we are building, and they will be better for it. And so, on behalf of our indefatigable Honorable Minister, the organizing committee, the people of Ghana, and even those generations yet unborn, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Victor Bampo, Chief Executive Officer of the National Health Insurance Authority. To bring this session to a close, I invite the District Imam for the closing prayer. Let's welcome Abdul Qayyum Muzakir, District Imam. I think we can support him with a nice round of applause. He's come to close us out. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum.
In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. Heavenly Lord, I stand before you to first and foremost ask you for divine protection over the life, health, and family of His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Ghana, John Dramani Mahama. We ask you, Almighty Allah, to grant the President and his team heavenly wisdom, discernment, and strength to continuously lead our nation with fairness, justice, and integrity. Almighty Allah, we ask you to bless the President with a compassionate heart to govern and protect the vulnerable. Almighty Allah, help the country by granting the President and those in government accuracy in decisions to positively affect the citizens of this nation. We pray for health and wealth for the chiefs, the clergy, and the nation as a whole. We seek refuge in you from the evil consequences of our actions, and we ask that you forgive us our trespasses. This I pray with thanksgiving to the Almighty Allah. Ameen.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the end of our event. We'll now observe the departure of the President. He will proceed to the commissioning, but he will first of all greet our traditional leaders on his way to the commissioning of the kiosk and the inspection of the equipment.
In the studios, as the accounts will say, finally, the free primary healthcare program is here. The initiative is here. It has been duly, inaugurated, and so it is starting from today. Of course, President Mahama, you heard him spoke extensively about the program. Even before him, the sector minister, Mita Kando, also spoke. The regional minister also spoke about that, and then President Mahama, like as tradition demands, the man of the moment concluded with everything. But then before we wrap it all here in the studios, let's quickly recap what President Mahama said. In fact, in his speech, he says that every country in the world is now working towards achieving a universal health coverage, and so this free primary healthcare, which is the FPHC, is a step for Ghana also achieving that universal health coverage in that regard. He also says that one key aspect of the FPHC is free health screening. And so you are going to see more health screening going on in this country, because this is one thing. If you remember in the beginning, before he spoke, when we were here in the studios, I made mention about the fact that people decline going for health screening. And of course, I have some friends that for the past 5 to 6 years, they've never done any health screening before in their lifetime because of some reasons best known to themselves. So President Mahama is saying that we need to do that. And he went ahead to say that at least every Ghanaian must be screened once a year. At least in a year, at least you should at least do one screening in a year for every Ghanaian. So that is what President Mahama is actually saying. And so it is in that regard that actually the situation in this country, because a lot of people decline checking their health status, and President Mahama is saying that with this coming on board, people will have access to free health care, and so health screening is going to be part of our routine health check, and so it is important in that way. Now he says that the FPHC, which is the free primary health care, has come to complement the NHIS and not replace it. Remember earlier we said it, that this is just the NHIS is the umbrella, you see, the mother in the room, and it has given birth to all these things. So it takes us back to the first point he said, that it's a step in achieving universal health coverage. So it is part of it. They are all efforts to ensure that every Ghanaian, no matter your status in the society, have access to good health care delivery in this country. He also mentioned that Ghanaians should not do away their national health insurance card, because now they have the free primary health care. They are seeing a lot of professionals in their society. They are being given the first-hand health delivery in their community, so they are doing away their national health insurance scheme. He says no. Issues like the breast screening, weight check, your sugar level, and all those things will be catered for at this level. But when it gets to that point that you are not getting the sickness is getting to a certain, we have stages in sicknesses. Like I said, sometimes before you get malaria, you have the symptoms. You get a headache, you get some people get a running stomach and all those things. So at that point, you can have the free primary health care. They can come in, but if the situation goes beyond them, you have to go to the health facility for advanced treatment. So that level, you will need your national health insurance card to set in for you. When it escalates to a certain level that the NHIS cannot take care of it, then you apply to the Mahama Cares. So that one, big monies will be stepping in, and big initiative or directions will come in to actually help you survive, because you can see from the mindset of President Mahama, he seems he doesn't want anybody to die out of sicknesses. So, because before you get a headache, he says that people are there to check you so that you don't even get a headache at all. You understand? Headaches in this country, some are even constipation. Yes, because in your area, when you use the toilet there, you have to pay. Some will decline and keep it till the evening. So all these things causes them, because they don't want to, they are busy, they are not even drinking water. Look at the sunshine at the moment, the weather we're experiencing, and they'll be walking through the sun without even taking water. They don't know that it has implication on their health. And so these health practitioners will be coming around to tell you, take water. These are the things that you need to do to avoid what will cause the headache, so you prevent it. But then in case it happens, like I earlier said, that the human body is like a functioning phone you are holding. It can even fall down at any time and get the screen cracked. So you can even hit your leg on a stone and get an injury or whatsoever. And so when that happens, you will seek that first-hand care from the free PHC initiative. But when it gets to a certain level, you need to go to the hospital. So it says that don't throw your NHIS card away. You will still use it, you still need it. But then with this free primary health care, all that you need is your Ghana card. The only thing you need to access it is your Ghana card. So you go with your Ghana card, and then you have free access to whatsoever that is in the package. Then he also mentioned about the life change. Yes, he said our lifestyle must change, so we need to change our lifestyle, and lifestyle change will be part of this initiative. So they will help us to check our diet. You remember he is speaking about the banku and the fufu and all those things. Yes, we need to check when to eat, because we know the hours it takes for fufu to digest. You can't eat fufu 2 hours or 1 hour or 30 minutes before you sleep. It's very bad habit. So it will be part of this package and what have you. Then there will be health volunteers, including national service, and those are waiting to be posted. They will be deployed for this initiative. And so that is what President Mahama said in his speech. In that regard, they are starting with 150 districts at the first phase, and by 2028 it will see the full scale being rolled out. So at this moment, President Mahama is inspecting or inaugurating a health facility at the venue, and so that is it on your screen at the moment. So we preview you to it. It is being written, Ghana Health Service Shai Osudoku, a free primary health care post. So this is one of the posts. Wow, beautiful. Let's listen to President Mahama. some of the health practitioners, you see them under your trees in your areas and what have you. And so this is one of the posts, and it reads free primary health care Shai Osudoku. This His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. This facility is commissioned by His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. You see all the health sector's badges in there for you in that regard. So this is very beautiful. I'm not sure it will cost that much to put such a structure, and so it's very important. You shouldn't forget that you are not going to be admitted in these facilities. They are giving you that preventive and some sort of cure as if it's a first aid treatment to protect you from your illness getting to a certain level that will be out of hands. So this is very good initiative, very proactive measure from the president to ensure that Ghanaians are healthy. Ghanaians do their work with healthy mindset and healthy body to ensure that we get contribute to the economy in that regard. And so President Mahama is doing as promised. Aren't you surprised that in less than 2 years we have a facility even in this shape? And we are also, the government is also initiating this social interventions for the people. The vulnerable is the main target. You don't have a car to drive a distance of maybe 1 kilometer or any miles to have access to quick health care. And so before you even rush from your home to a certain point to get that access, they are just around your area. Just locate them, find them, and they are going to make themselves available. As soon as they hit grounds, they will come around for you to know them, where they are positioned. You get to know them and then interact with them. Whatever is the sickness or illness, just open up to them. Is it your diabetes? Is it your pressure, whatsoever? Let them know. They will give you the first-hand information about how to go about it. I said it earlier that there are some of the illness, it doesn't even require what you call medical treatment. It's just some sort of talks and psychological counseling in there. They will tell you what to do. Some of us, we need to change our diets. You've been eating too much kokunte afternoon, evening. You sometimes boast of it like, yeah, me, I can eat fufu from morning to evening. You are not balancing. You are not changing your diets. Come on. So you see these things now. You see your stomach growing, like you are getting pregnant. You can see that you are getting weaker, and each day. No, it shouldn't happen like that. When that happens, you see it affects your productivity. You remember you used to work like 8 hours in a day and you still feel strong before you go to bed. But now after 4 hours, you feel tired and you can't go more. It affects our economy because you are becoming unproductive after the 4 hours. And so President Mahama says that we are saying no and a stop to all of these things in that regard. So this is what this initiative is seeking to do in that regard. So what you are seeing on your screen is the commission of a health post and inspection of equipment by President John Dramani Mahama in that regard. I would say kudos to him because it takes bigger brain to do this in the space of just 2 years. It's not even up to 2 years, just about we are in the January, February, March, April, May. We are in April, right? So 4 months, and so we are talking about 16 months of he coming back into office and to have put up all these initiatives. Then it's quite impressive that we need to commend him for that. It was a beautiful ceremony. I can see motorbikes out there. You remember he made mention of it, that the health practitioners that will be coming around will be on motorbikes, and they everything is set. Wow. Put your hands together. You can see other small vehicles or automobiles over there. It's also going to support the work that your health professionals are coming out to deliver for the country. So the motorbikes are well positioned. It means that we are ready. Things are being put in place. He means business. President Mahama means business. In fact, we are going to see an advanced health delivery in our country. And so this is very beautiful, and I'm happy that the camera is zooming in for us to see. You can see the vehicles there. A woman just opened one to inspect in. It's so beautiful. You see the other side of the motorbikes. Charlie, maybe I should try and get into my robe and start practicing my my little signs in there, and we start riding my motorbike, visiting door to door. We are bringing the health delivery to your doorstep. And so after eating your heavy banquet and all those things, we come and tell you what you need to do next to avoid any kind of illness. We need a stronger generation, a stronger population for a stronger economy. And so that is what His Excellency President John Dramani Mahama. So on your screen at the moment is the inspection still ongoing. One of the posts that he has inaugurated at the moment, he is also inspecting. So you can see President Mahama and the Minister for Health, Kobina Minta Akando, in your shots at the moment. Other dignitaries are joining for that flashy picture or image. It's going to be in their rooms forever, because this is monumental and by far one of the largest and biggest interventions we've seen in the health sector. Remember the last time we had the national health insurance. Up to now, we've not had any other social intervention regarding the health sector. And so this is another big step for Ghana. You shouldn't be wondering, you shouldn't be still asking questions in your mind. He says that every country in the world is moving towards achieving what universal health coverage. And what it means is that every individual in the country will have access to healthcare, regardless of your status, your money, no matter what. You need to have access to the healthcare in the country. And so this is part of it. Maybe you are in a small village of a population of about maybe 500, 300, 200. You don't even have a CHIPS compound. You don't even have a clinic. You don't have. You use the nearby community, and which is about a kilometer or less. Or more, even more away from you. You have to ride on Okada or the Aboboya or Pragia and all those things to have access to primary health care. Your sickness even does not require you going that distance, but because there is nobody immediately in your community to offer that support, you will have to, because you don't have any choice or option. So President Mahama is thinking about you and saying that no, you people are the one that vote and bring them into power, and so it is important that they also think about you when they are up there. And so now they are sending the health practitioners to your community. So you see them under your trees, you see them all over in the health kiosk, like he made mention. You see them in the health post, the FPHC health post around your community. It's not a clinic, it's not a hospital, it's a post that will take care of you for immediate relief from your illness or sickness. They also come to you to give you that education about how to actually protect yourself in that regard. And so this is the inspection still ongoing. President Mahama is inspecting some of the equipment that will be available for this initiative. So that is it on your screen. You saw earlier. We're still giving you the live coverage of the free primary health care program, the launch of it. And so President Mahama has done justice to that. As promised, he's delivered what he promised in his manifesto.
Then from there, then you move to the polyclinic. And then from there, you move to the polyclinic. So this is all
Closing it. So the inspection is over. You can see our president about to leave the scenes so that other activities can continue, because you shouldn't forget that this was done at a hospital, so they will need their space to continue their work in that regard. And so yes, you can see President Mahama is about to leave, but yes, like we all, when you see him, the euphoria, the enthusiasm, you wouldn't want him to leave, because it's a lifetime experience. You don't often see your president around like that, so when he comes around, you will see them up in that regard. And so that's it on your screen. You just watched the launch of the free primary healthcare program, an initiative brought out by His Excellency President John Dramani Mahama-led administration to bring healthcare delivery to the doorstep of the ordinary Ghanaian. And so we are going to see about 150 districts benefiting from the first phase of the rollout, and by 2028 we are going to have all districts in the country being covered. Very soon we are going to see health practitioners coming on their motorbikes to educate us, to give us the primary health care. And so that is it that we're showing on the WoezorTV screens at the moment. President Mahama has walked the talk and delivered on his key promise to Ghanaians when it comes to the health sector. He's done it. He made reference to his first term of office, what he started, and the state of it at the moment. So I know that the lessons have been learned going forward, and he's still poised to ensure that his impact on our health sector is always felt. So President Mahama is leaving us, but we are still here in the studios with you to let you understand whatsoever that is happening on the grounds at Shai Osudoku District Hospital, the launch of the free primary healthcare program that has come to stay, to give Ghanaians the hope in health treatment. It is not always going to be in 37, Kolebu, or the big hospital, Cape Coast teaching hospitals, Tamale teaching hospitals that you know. You don't have to carry your headache to them, because the nurses, the doctors, the health practitioners are now around you. They are as close as the dress that you wear. And so speak to them, listen to them, open your doors to them. Let them help you go through your health, because your life is your health. My name is Godfred Amwafo. Earlier you heard Now You Kote. We brought you this live coverage. So thanks for doing the watching, and then do still enjoy the rest of our contents that are coming up on this channel. It's a goodbye.